As India embarks on its journey towards becoming a Viksit Bharat by 2047, the golden era, Kartavya Kal signifies a period of responsibility of responsibility and action. The Union Budget 2024-25 lays down a comprehensive roadmap for growth and development of the manufacturing and service sectors, recognizing their pivotal role in driving economic growth and employment. The budget is focused on major group Garib Mahilaएं, Yuva and Annadata. Garib Mahilaएं, Yuva and Annadata. Initiatives like Samarth Udyog Bharat 4.0 and production linked incentive scheme aim to boost manufacturing sector competitiveness and increase its share of GDP to 25% by 2025. The shift towards automated and process driven manufacturing is a step in the right direction, enabling India to become global manufacturing hub. A comprehensive skill development initiative aims to empower approximately 2 million youth over a 5-year period. This endeavor involves upgrading of 1,000 industrial training institutes through hub and spoke model, prioritizing outcomes budget training to enhance employability and industry readiness. Course content and design are aligned with the skill needs of the industry. The service sector contributes to over 50% of India's GDP and is poised for growth, focusing on digital technologies and smart institutional frameworks has created an environment conducive to the sector's expansion. Initiatives like Smart Cities, Clean India, and Digital India have fostered a culture of innovation. So, Kartavya Kal signifies a period of responsibility and action, comprehensive roadmap for growth and development of manufacturing and service sectors. Garib महिलाएं युवा and Annadata Garib महिलाएं युवा and Annadata Samarth Udyog Bharat 4.2 and PLI schemes aim to boost the manufacturing sector's competitiveness and increase its share of GDP to 25% by 2025. The shift towards automated and process driven manufacturing is a step in the right direction, enabling India to become global manufacturing hub. The service sector contributes over 50% to India's GDP and is poised for growth. Focusing on digital technologies and institutional frameworks has created an environment conducive for sector's expansion. Initiatives like Smart Cities, Clean India, and Digital India have fostered a culture of innovation. The Union Budget 2025 reinforces the commitment to the growth of these sectors with a focus on 9 priority areas, including manufacturing and services. The budget aims to stimulate rural economic development, and promote micro, small, and medium enterprises. Comprehensive study has been introduced to support MSMEs A comprehensive package has been introduced to support MSMEs, including financing, regulatory changes, and technology support. The synergy between manufacturing and services, will be crucial as India navigates its journey towards becoming a developed nation. Integrating logistics, financial services, and a robust startup ecosystem will create a dynamic and resilient economy. The emphasis on digital infrastructure, digital literacy, and the integration of manufacturing and services aim to build a digital economy that fosters innovation, growth, and prosperity for all citizens. The Union Budget 2024-25 charts a promising course for India's economic growth, emphasizing manufacturing and services and digital technologies. While the initiatives hold potential for driving growth and employment, their success hinges on effective implementation and navigating potential headwinds. As we embark on this journey, it is crucial to remain vigilant and adapt to emerging challenges, ensuring that the best benefits of growth are equitably shared and digital divide is bridged. By doing so, we can harness the opportunities presented by this budget and pave the way for resilient and inclusive growth trajectory, illuminating a brighter future for all Indians. In the current issue of Yojana, we delved into the intricacies of Union Budget 24-25, presenting a compendium of erudite articles from distinguished subject matter experts. Public Finance and Development Evaluation of India's Budgetary Priorities. Finance Minister's seventh consecutive union budget emphasizes support for the poor, women, youth, and farmers. Poor youth, Poor women, youth, and farmers. It targets employment generation, skilling, MSME support, and balanced regional development. Employment generation, skilling, MSME support, and balanced regional development. Key initiative includes transforming agriculture for climate resilience, promoting natural farming, and achieving self-sufficiency in pulses on oilseeds. The budget also focuses on urban development, energy security, infrastructure investment, and next generation reforms to drive inclusive growth. On July 24, Finance Minister Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman made history by presenting her seventh consecutive union budget in Parliament. The core of the 2024-25 budget focuses on Garib, Mahilayeं, Yuva and Annadata. Key areas of emphasis include employment generation, skilling, micro, small and medium enterprises and the middle class. The budget proposal aims to create a virtuous cycle of economic growth and employment and provide ample opportunities for all and facilitate rural development. To achieve these objectives, Finance Minister highlighted nine priority areas in her budget speech: productivity and resilience in agriculture, employment and skilling, inclusive human development and social justice, manufacturing and services, and urban development, energy security, infrastructure, innovation, research and development, and next generation reforms. Let's discuss and evaluate these nine priorities. Employment and skilling. Prime Minister's package three schemes announced under employment linked incentive. Scheme A, first timers, direct benefits transfer of 1 month salary in three installment up to 15,000 to first time employees registered in EPFO. Scheme B is job creation in manufacturing, incentive to be provided directly to both employee and employer as per EPFO contribution in first 4 years of employment. Scheme C is support to employer, reimbursement to employers up to 33,000 per month for 2 years towards the EPFO contribution in addition of employees. Productivity and resilience in agriculture. Agriculture plays a pivotal role in the Indian economy, providing livelihood to 42.3% of the population and contributing 18.2% of country's GDP. Recognizing its critical importance, the budget rightly focuses on transforming India's agricultural sector to ensure food security, enhance farmers' income, and make agriculture more productive, sustainable, and resilient to climate change. The agriculture and allied sectors have received generous allocation of 1.52 lakh crore in the budget. Key initiatives announced to enhance productivity and resilience are as follows: transforming agricultural research. Achieving a quantum leap in agricultural productivity requires transforming research to enhance productivity and develop climate resilient varieties. The government has decided to comprehensively revamp the country's agricultural research setup. The budget also proposes to provide funds for agricultural research in a college mode for both public and private sector. Additionally, it aims uh, to provide 109 high yielding and climate resilient varieties of 32 field and horticultural crops to farmers. Next is promotion of natural farming. Natural farming or Bharatiya Prakritik Krishi Paddhati is rooted in Indian tradition and relies on desi cows and locally available resources, avoiding chemical fertilizers and pesticides. It is climate resilient, cost effective, rejuvenates soil health, reduces water requirements, and produces safe and healthy food. The budget proposes to initiate and support 1 crore farmers across the country in natural farming over the next 2 years, setting up one 10,000 need-based bioinput resource centers, and supporting farmers through certification and branding. Self-sufficiency in pulse and oilseeds production. Pulses are environmentally friendly crops that puts minimal pressure on natural resources and fix atmospheric hydrogen in the soil. They are crucial for nutrition and health. Currently, there is a gap of 4.44 million tons between the demand and supply of pulses meant by imports. Similarly, India is heavily dependent on imports uh, to meet its edible oil requirements. The budget emphasizes achieving self-sufficiency in the production of pulses on oilseeds by strengthening their production, storage, and marketing. Vegetable production and supply chains. India, with its production of 256 metric tons, is the second largest producer of fruits and vegetables globally. However, significant post-harvest losses occur due to inefficient supply chains, inadequate infrastructure, transportation issues, poor market linkages. To address these challenges, the Finance Minister announced plans to develop large-scale cluster for vegetable production near major consumption centers and promote farmer-producer organizations, cooperatives, and startups for vegetable supply chains. Digital public infrastructure for agriculture. Digital public infrastructure will enable the development of innovative farmer centric solutions and services to improve agricultural productivity and profitability. It will assist in providing relevant information services on planning and health, improve access to farm inputs, credit and insurance, aid in crop estimation and market intelligence, and support the growth of agri-tech industry and startups. The budget proposes the central government implement DPI in agriculture and partnership with states, with a digital crop survey for Kharif to be conducted in 400 districts in the current fiscal year. Additionally, the details of 6 crore farmers and their lands will be included in farmer and land registries. Beside these measures, the finance minister announced government thrust to shrimp production and export. To facilitate this, a network of nucleus breeding centers for shrimp broodstock will be set up. Financing will be provided for shrimp farming, processing, and export. Processing and export, the government will introduce national cooperation policy to ensure systematic, orderly, and all round development of the cooperative sector, fast tracking rural economic growth and generating large scale employment opportunities. Thus, the budget aims to transform agricultural landscape of the country, making it more resilient, comprehensive to climate change and market fluctuations. Comprehensive support for farmers to achieve this objective is outlined in this budget too. Next is employment and skilling. India's demographic dividend offers a significant advantage, but challenges like skill mismatches, regional disparities in job opportunities, underemployment, and unemployment must be addressed to realize this potential. Employment and skilling are the central objectives of the budget to harness demographic and dividend and build an inclusive economy. Finance Minister announced the Prime Minister's package of five schemes and initiatives with an allocation of 2 lakh crore aiming to benefit 4.1 crore youth over 5 years. First is Employment Linked Scheme A for first timers. The scheme targets 2.1 crore youth entering the workforce with salaries up to 1 lakh crore per month. The government will pay 1 month salary up to 15,000 directly to employees' bank account in 3 installments. All formal sectors are covered, but employers must refund the subsidy if employment ends within 12 months of recruitment. Employment linked incentive scheme B, job creation in manufacturing benefiting 30 lakh youth. This scheme promotes substantial hiring for the of first time employees in manufacturing. Incentives are provided if employees hire at least 25% more EPFO employees compared to the previous year, or at least 50% previously non-EPFO workers. The government will pay 24% of the wage or salary in the first 2 years, 16% in third year, 8% in fourth year. The scheme covers employees with salary up to 1 lakh per month, but incentives for those earning over 25,000 are capped at 25,000 per month. This is in addition. This subsidy is in addition to Scheme A benefits. Next is Employment Linked Incentive Scheme C, support to employers. This scheme is expected to incentivize the employment of 50 lakh people and cover additional employment in all sector. Employers with fewer than 50 employees who increase their EPFO employees by at least 2, and other employees who increase EPFO employees by 5. Other employers who increase EPFO employees by 5 are eligible for incentives. Government will reimburse up to 3,000 per month for 2 years towards EPFO contributions for each additional employee. This subsidy is in addition to Scheme A but is not available for employees under Scheme B. Skilling. Enhancing employability is another focus of the budget, but for this, government plans to introduce advanced skilling centers, programs, and upgrades in industrial training institutes in collaboration with the industry. Key skilling schemes include new scheme for skilling and upgradation of ITIs under the Prime Minister package. New centrally sponsored scheme with an outlay of 60,000 crore will be launched to skill 20 lakh youth over the 5 years. The central government, state government and industry will contribute 30,000 crore, 20,000 crore and 10,000 crore respectively. The scheme will upgrade 1,000 ITIs in hub and spoke model with industry collaboration, aligning course content with industry needs and introducing new courses for emerging demands. Capacity at 5 national institutes for training trainers will be augmented. Internship at top companies. The Prime Minister Internship Scheme will skill 1 crore youth aged 21 to 24 over 5 years through internships at top companies. Interns will receive 5,000 monthly allowance for 1 year, with the government covering 54,000 annually towards the allowance and 6,000 for incidentals. Companies will contribute 6,000 monthly and bear training costs through CSR funds. The coverage and estimated central outlay of the schemes in the Prime Minister package for employment and skilling are summarized in Table 1. Additionally, the Finance Minister announced the construction of working women hostels and creches to facilitate higher workforce participation by women, as well as skilling loans and education schemes. 1 lakh students will benefit from education loans up to 10 lakh with 3% interest subvention, and 25,000 youth will receive skilling loans annually. Thus, Union Budget 2024-25 presents a comprehensive strategy to address India's employment challenge, creating a robust framework for job creation and drive inclusive economic growth. The employment generation initiatives are ambitious, targeting multiple sectors and addressing diverse aspects of employment landscape. Priority 3: Inclusive human resource development and social justice. The budget for fiscal 2024 underscores government commitment for comprehensive and inclusive development, particularly for farmers, youth, women, and poor. Human capital development and social justice ensure growth that benefit all sections of society. Key initiatives in this direction include saturation approach to promote social justice. Government will ensure all eligible people are covered in various programs for education, health and other schemes. Other sectors, accelerated implementation of schemes will support economic activities of craftsmen, artisans, self-help groups, scheduled castes, scheduled tribes, women entrepreneurs and street vendors. Purvodaya, the eastern part of India, rich in cultural traditions and resources, will see comprehensive development under the Purvodaya Plan. This initiative aims to develop human resources, infrastructure, and economic opportunities, transforming the region into an engine for Viksit Bharat. Third is women-led development. The budget allocates rupees 3 lakh crore for schemes benefiting women and girls, encompassing their role in economic development. Enhanced funding targets their health, nutrition, and education. Pradhan Mantri Janjati Unnat Gram Abhiyan. Pradhan Mantri Janjati Unnat Gram Abhiyan will be launched for improving socio-economic condition of tribal communities. The scheme will adopt saturation coverage for tribal families in tribal majority villages and aspirational districts. This will cover 83,000 villages, benefiting 5 crore tribal people. Pradhan Mantri Janjatiya Unnat Gram Abhiyan to improve the socio-economic conditions of tribal communities. The government will launch this initiative covering tribal families in tribal majority villages and aspirational districts. Over 5 crore tribal people in 63,000 villages will benefit. Enhanced coverage of India Post Payment Bank to expand banking services and spur economic growth in the Northeast. More than 100 branches of India Post Payment Bank will be opened in the region. Increased funding for education, healthcare, and housing. The budget raises the allocation for education by 12% to 1.2 lakh crore, aiming to improve quality and expand access to digital lending tools. Healthcare funding has increased by 15% to 3.8 lakh crore. To address housing needs, the central government will support constructing 3 crore additional houses under PM Awas Yojana. The government's focus on human capital development and social justice on budget is a welcome move, promoting inclusive growth and ensuring that development benefits all sections of society. Revitali- Revitalizing the manufacturing and service sectors to boost economic growth and create jobs is a priority of the budget. Special attention has been paid to promoting MSMEs and labor intensive manufacturing. MSMEs are the backbone of Indian economy are crucial for employment generation. The budget earmarks 1.5 lakh crore for the MSME sector, including measures to enhance credit availability, reduce compliance burden, and provide technical support. Key guarantees include guarantees, guarantee credit guarantee scheme for MSMEs. The government will introduce a credit guarantee scheme to facilitate term loans for MSMEs to purchase machinery and equipment without collateral or third-party guarantees. An amount of 9,000 crore is allocated to the budget for this scheme. To facilitate term loans for MSMEs to purchase machinery and equipment without collateral or third-party guarantees. Credit guarantee scheme for MSMEs, new assessment model for MSME credit. Public sector banks will develop a credit assessment model based on the digital footprints of MSME rather than traditional asset or turnover criteria, improving credit eligibility assessment. Credit support to MSMEs during stress period. For MSMEs in the special mention account stage, new mechanism will facilitate the continuation of bank credit through a government promoted fund guarantee, helping them avoid NPA status. Enhanced scope of mandatory onboarding in TREDS threads. The budget reduces the turnover threshold for mandatory onboarding on trades from 500 crore to 250 crore, unlocking working capital for MSMEs by converting trade receivables into cash. This measure will bring 7,000 more companies onto the platform. Additionally, new branches of SIDBI will expand their reach. Uh, the new branches of SIDBI will expand their reach to MSME clusters, providing direct credit. The government will support the setup of 50 multi-product food irrigation units in the MSME sector and establish e-commerce export hubs in the PPP mode to help MSMEs and traditional artisans sell internationally. Other schemes to promote manufacturing besides boosting MSMEs, the budget includes initiatives to promote manufacturing and services, industrial parks. The government will develop investment ready plug and play investment industrial parks with complete infrastructure in 100 cities in partnership with states and the private sector. 12 industrial parks will also be sanctioned under the National Industrial Corridor Development Program. Rental housing for industrial workers. The government will facilitate rental housing with dormitory type accommodation for industrial workers in PPP mode with viability gap funding support and commitments for anchor industries. Digital public infrastructure applications. DPI applications will be developed at a population scale to enhance productivity, business opportunity, and innovation in areas such as credit, e-commerce, education, health, law, logistics, MSME, delivery and urban governance. Production linked incentive scheme. The budget allocates 2 lakh crore for the PLI scheme aiming to boost domestic manufacturing, attract investment and generate jobs in key industries such as electronics, automobiles, textiles and pharmaceuticals, bolstering startups to spur investments in startups and promote ease of doing business. The budget proposes ease of doing business, abolishing the angel tax on all class of investors. These initiatives will stimulate industrial growth and enhance the global competitiveness of Indian manufacturers, paving a new path for small traders and MSMEs. The focus on the service sector leverages India's strength in IT and digital services, driving inclusive economic growth. Urban development is key priority of the budget with range of initiatives proposed to revitalize cities, including creative redevelopment, transit-oriented development, and incentives for urban renewable projects. Cities as growth hubs. The union government will collaborate with state governments to develop cities as growth hubs through economic and transit planning and orderly development of peri-urban areas using town planning techniques, schemes. Creative redevelopment of cities. The government will design a framework for enabling policy, market based mechanisms, and regulations to facilitate the creative brownfield redevelopment of existing cities with transformative impacts. Transit oriented development, development plans, implementation, and financing strategies for transit oriented development will be formulated for 14 cities with populations over 30 lakh. Urban housing. The government will invest 10 lakh crore to build 1 crore houses for urban poor and middle class families over next 5 years, addressing housing needs. The scheme also envisages a provision of interest subsidies to facilitate loans at affordable rates. An efficient and transparent rental housing market with enhanced availability will also be put in place through enabling policies and regulations. Water supply and sanitation. Through bankable projects, government will promote water supply, sewage treatment and solid waste management services in 100 large cities, partnering with state governments and multilateral development banks. Urban development is crucial for accommodating the growing population and ensuring sustainable cities. The government's proposed initiatives aim to develop cities as growth hubs, creating jobs, enhance urban sustainability, and improve the quality of urban life. Sixth is energy security. Ensuring energy security is crucial for sustaining economic growth and reducing dependence on fossil fuels. The budget underscores the government's commitment to high, resource efficient economic growth and energy security. Key initiatives announced are energy transition. The government will introduce a policy on energy transition pathways, balancing employment, growth, and environmental sustainability. 1.5 lakh crore has been allocated for renewable energy projects including solar, wind and green hydrogen. PM Ghar Muft Bijli Yojana. This scheme aims to install rooftop solar plants, providing 1 crore households with free electricity up to 300 units per month. The finance minister earmarked rupees 6,000 crore for it in the current fiscal year due to its remarkable response. Pumped storage policy. A policy will be introduced to promote pumped storage projects for electricity storage, facilitating the integration of renewable energy with its variable and intermittent nature. R&D of small and modular nuclear reactors. Nuclear energy is said to play a significant role in energy mix for Viksit Bharat. The government will partner with Private sector providing R&D funding for Bharat small reactors and Bharat small modular reactors along with nuclear technologies. Advanced ultra super critical thermal power plants. India has developed indigenous technology for advanced ultra supercritical thermal power plants. Fiscal support will be provided for setting up 800 megawatt commercial plant using AUSC technology as a joint venture between NTPC and BHEL. The measures announced in the budget align with global climate goals, potentially reducing India's carbon footprint and positioning the country as a leader in clean energy. Infrastructure. Infrastructure investment has a high employment multiplier effect, improves productivity, and boosts the economy. The budget highlights the government commitment to uh, robust fiscal support for infrastructure over the next 5 years, with the following initiatives in the current year. Government infrastructure investment rupees 11 lakh crore, roughly 3.4% of GDP, has been allocated for capital expenditure by the central government. State governments will also be encouraged to increase capital investments by 1.5 lakh crore under the scheme for special assistance to states under capital investment 24-25. Private infrastructure investment. The government will promote private sector investment in infrastructure through viability gap funding, enabling policies and market-based financing framework. Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana Phase 4 of Pradhan Mantri Gram Sadak Yojana will be launched to provide all-weather connectivity to an additionally 25,000 rural habitation. Tourism infrastructure. The central government will support state governments in developing iconic tourist destinations. Tourist development will create jobs, stimulate investments, and unlock economic opportunities for other sectors. A substantial allocation for infrastructure development is a cornerstone of budget for 24-25. It will drive industrial development, economic growth, job creation, and improved connectivity. Innovation, research, and development. Research and development and innovation are crucial for driving economic growth and maintaining global competitiveness. To enhance R&D, the government will operationalize the Anusandhan National Research Fund. Additionally, the budget proposes creating 1 lakh crore financing pool and establishing a mechanism to spur private sector driven research and innovation on a commercial scale. Moreover, a venture capital fund of 1,000 crore will be set up to expand the space economy fivefold in next 10 years. The government's focus on research and innovation will drive technological advancements and create high-tech jobs. Next generation reforms aim to create a more efficient and competitive economy. The government will formulate economic policy framework to define the approach to economic development and scope out a new wave of reforms. This will enhance productivity and facilitate more efficient markets and sectors. State governments play a crucial role in these reforms to incentivize states for faster implementation. The budget proposes allocating part of the 50-year free interest loan to states for land related reforms in both rural and urban areas. The budget also proposes simplifying rules and regulations for FDI overseas investments to attract more foreign capital and prioritize investments and promote the use of Indian rupee for overseas transactions. As India navigates a rapidly changing global economic landscape, the budget for 24-25 sets the course for a resilient and sustainable future. The success of these initiatives will depend upon effective implementation, continuous monitoring, and adaptability to evolving circumstances. So, budget priorities include productivity and resilience in agriculture, employment and skilling, inclusive human resource development and social justice, manufacturing and services, urban development, energy security, infrastructure, innovation, research and development, and next generation reforms.